One of the best parts about Canva are the templates that you can use. And in this video, I'm going to share some of my favorite templates that you can use if you are in real estate. Template number one, how-to education. Some of the best type of content that you can post to social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you're posting, isn't just listed, just sold, or open houses, but it's educational tips. Now, you know I'm a big believer of getting on camera. There's nothing like hearing you and seeing your personality and what you have to say, but there's also some great templates right within Canva. So if you've created some video content and you want to repurpose some of that into graphics, go into Canva, search how-to education, and I want to also encourage you to not just look for real estate templates when you're looking for how-to education, because you're going to find how-to education for all different types of industries, but what you're looking for are templates that are simple, easy to use, that you can grab, you can click on, you can simply with a couple clicks of a button change the colors, change the fonts to make it look more like your branding, and then add in that context. So how-to education might be things like 3 ways to get your home ready for the market, or the biggest mistakes every first-time home buyer makes. As we've talked about in other videos, brainstorm a list of topics and questions you get asked all the time. That's going to be a great list that's going to help you in terms of content creation, especially with reels or video content. But you can also take that content, as I said, and repurpose that into graphics you use for Canva. So check out how-to education templates. Number two, just listed or just sold. So we know that that's a big part of your content on social media. Of course, we've got how-to education, we might have inspirational content, but a big part is also showing you're just listed or just sold. Now that type of content may not get as much traction, may not get as many likes, comments, or engagement, but it's still a part of your business. It's still a part of your marketing, and it's still a part of your strategy. So go in, search just listed, just sold. Again, when I'm looking for a great template, I'm looking for something simple and easy, something that I can easily click, change the fonts, change the colors, add in the images quickly and easily. Now, one thing I'll also say when it comes to just listed, just sold, once you find a template that you like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Keep it, stick with it, and use it all the time. And you could also use it for the life cycle of that listing. So for example, when you have a new listing, you've got just listed, you've got open house, you've got under contract, you've got just sold, right? That's 4 things that are happening with that one listing. So you can look for just listed, just sold free templates within Canva, but you can also use them for the life cycle of that listing. And if you're really on top of it, you might batch create all of those graphics all at the beginning of taking on that listing. So when you are ready for that open house, or you're ready to be under contract, you're good to go and you're not scrambling at the last minute. Template number 3, testimonials. So I know if you're in real estate, you probably have testimonials in many places. Maybe they're on LinkedIn or Google or Yelp or Zillow or Realtor.com or in your email, or they're handwritten. You can go into Canva and just search the word testimonials, and you'll find lots of great, easy, again, I'm all about finding things that are easy, so easy templates, testimonial templates. Now, what I'm a big believer in when you're using Canva is great for batch creating content. If I'm going to go in and create one testimonial graphic, I might as well create 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 all in one batch. And there's actually even an advanced feature within Canva where if you've got all your testimonials in a spreadsheet, like a Google sheet or an Excel spreadsheet, you can actually upload that into Canva and it will create multiple graphics all in one batch. Now, if that's a little bit too much to do all in one batch, it's all good. What I recommend is that you go to those various sites where you have your testimonials, again, Yelp, Google, wherever that might be, go to Canva, search testimonials, find a template that you like, and then you're going to want to copy and paste that testimonial from wherever you found it over to Canva. Now, here's the good news. You don't necessarily have to use the whole testimonial. We know when people love you, they write a ton, maybe a couple paragraphs. Pick the best sentence or 2 that you want to highlight and put that into your template. Again, a great opportunity to batch create a number of testimonial graphics all in one batch, and then you can schedule out those posts as you see fit. Maybe every Thursday is Testimonial Thursday, where you're sharing a testimonial to your social media feeds. Template number 4, Twitter quotes. So Twitter quotes, this is definitely something we've been seeing a lot of on social media. You may have seen these graphics that look like someone took a tweet and they just did like a little screenshot and they put it on a graphic right within Canva. And I love this because as you think about all the different things that you say over and over again. In fact, I did a video recently where I talked about Katie-isms. When you've been putting out a lot of content over the years, you tend to sometimes feel like you're repeating yourself. You have probably some isms when you think about working with buyers, sellers, investors, or whoever you work with in your market. So you might make a list of some of those nuggets, some of those isms you say time and time again, words of wisdom as you're working with buyers or sellers or folks inside your community. And you can go to Canva, search the word Twitter graphic, and then you can take those little words of wisdom and put them into a graphic, add your photo, and then you can take that graphic and put it nicely over a template. Some of those templates work great for reels. So if you're trying to create a quick, 5-second reel with a quote and a really, pretty picture behind it or a pretty video, you can create that really quickly and easily all right within Canva. It's one of my favorite reels to create. You can download it, upload it over to Instagram or Facebook, add some music, and now you've got a word of wisdom and something, some sort of moving graphic. And it's great because you're not on camera. So lots of things that you can do, but again, search for, the word Twitter quote, and you'll find lots of great graphics that you can use. Again, sharing those words of wisdom over on your social media channels. Template number 5 for real estate is market updates. So we know that you know your local market probably better than anybody, and you are given a lot of data, maybe from your broker, maybe you subscribe to services that give you a lot of data. I love that Canva allows you to take some of that data and break it down visually. Go into Canva, search under templates for market updates, and you'll find lots of different market updates that you can pick. Pick one that you like. Again, don't reinvent the wheel. If you plan to publish a market update maybe once a month, maybe at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, we don't need to pick a new one every single one. Pick one that you like, use that, input some of your data, and remember, with your market report, you don't need to put every single number inside that graphic. So maybe pick 2 or 3 of the most important things, or even 3 or 4, and then the rest of that data you can have in your caption that you write below the post, right? So just keeping those graphics clean and simple, and again, like always, make sure that you're using some of the Canva tools to change the colors, change the fonts, add your logo to really make it your own. Now, the good news with a lot of these templates, if you start using templates over and over again that you like, you can take those templates and put them into a folder in Canva and really get yourself organized. So there's so much that you can do with Canva. And if you're listening to this thinking, I really got to get a handle on my Canva, we actually have a free checklist. If you haven't downloaded it yet, go to katielance.com/Canva. And this is going to be a checklist that's going to really help you jumpstart your Canva, especially if you are new or maybe you haven't seen some of the new things that are available within Canva. There's a lot happening over there, which is really exciting. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button as we have new videos that are coming out each and every week. And make sure to check the description below because we're going to be linking to some additional Canva training if you're looking for additional videos all around Canva. All right, you guys, have a great day. I can't wait to see you and see what you create on Canva, especially if you're in real estate. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.